Hi friends, I've got the ultimate ranked guide for you today. You see, ranked is completely different in Apex Legends Season 14. And today I'm going to talk about how to rank up faster in Season 14. I'm going to focus on your strategy in this video, rather than the general ranked tips that you normally see in other videos. And I structured this strategy into 3 sections to match the beginning, middle, and end of a typical ranked game. Now let me start by saying this video is really for when you get to your highest rank. You know, those lobbies that are close to your skill level and you're starting to struggle to get decent RP. Now if you're in the lower ranks, then honestly the fastest way to rank up is just get as many kills as possible. You see, this season you get full RP for each kill, so chasing kills and finishing as high as possible will give you the most amount of RP you can get per game. This here is an example of when I was back in gold. You can see I got 11 KP and 1 participation, and that gave me 315 RP. I think the most I've got in a game is 400 RP this season, but I've definitely seen pros like Shiv get over 500 RP in a game, and that's all from getting kills, assists and participation. Before I start with the strategy, let me give you the most important rule of ranked on King's Canyon. Expect the third party. Look at this clip in the background. I just finished one squad in containment and I'm instantly third partied by a triple take and a full squad pushing us. This is inevitable on King's Canyon, it's just going to happen. I've also found with the season 14 ranked changes, the good players are just hunting more KP than ever before. So no matter where you are in the game, you need to expect that a third party is coming. And a tip to deal with third parties is just make sure you reset quickly after every fight. Reduce your looting time, focus on grabbing essentials, and always prioritize healing to full health after every fight before you start looting. Okay, let's get into the strategy for the beginning of the game off drop. You need to choose a good place to land, a place where you can grab good loot but also reposition easily for the next zone. I find landing on a beacon is a great strategy, and you can use my loot map from my other video to give you some guidance of good places to land for the best loot. Make sure you don't put yourself at a disadvantage by landing in a stupid place. I'd also recommend not landing with more than one other squad. Now I should say that decision depends on how good you are, and you've got to be realistic with yourself. For example, if you're in a silver lobby, your KD's over 2, and you know you can win pretty much every 1v1 in that lobby, then by all means land with 1 or 2 other squads, because it's a pretty good idea to get some early KP. But in another example, if you're in a plat lobby and let's say you're just an average player, your KD's less than 2, you win less than half your 1v1s, then honestly, you're just better off landing on your own with your squad. I know there are some of you out there watching this video that will say you get bored by playing slow, and that's fine. This is a game, you want it to be fun, so you can play aggressive even though the lobby's better than you. You just have to accept you're likely not going to rank up fast or even rank up at all if you're playing aggressive in a lobby that's just better than you. You need to adapt your situation if you really want to rank up. So at this point in the strategy, you've got good loot, and your next step is to focus on zone placement, and you need to keep doing this till you're past the top 14 squads. You need to adjust this based on what rank you're in, because the entry costs vary per rank and tier, and I've created this table to make it easy for you. You simply need to see what rank you're in and what tier you're in, and use this table to tell you exactly which placement you need to get get positive RP. And you should check this table and try not to chase kills until you get to this placement. I've based this on 5 KP because that seems to be a good average amount of kills, assists and participation the average player can get in the rank that they're in. Also, I should say for bronze and silver, this table technically says it's top 13, but in all honesty, you can probably be a bit more aggressive in those ranks because even though there is an entry cost, it's not that high, so it should be easy for you to make up if you're chasing kills and perhaps you die earlier. Whereas once you get to platinum onwards, those entry costs do start getting a little bit higher, so it's a little trickier to make up those entry costs if you're losing that RP. Keep an eye on the kill count. As the squads get down to 14, you should be moving into the mid-game strategy. And at this point, this is where you start looking for some kills. Now it might be you landed early and you got an early kill, that's fine, and that's a good thing. But I would also say if you don't have kills up to this mid-game point, that is also fine. Your mid-game strategy is now to start looking for kills, but you need to do this in a smart way. It's not about ratting up to this point, it's about rotating. You just got to rotate in the right way. Make sure you get the best positions in the next zone. And if that means fighting, then do that, because it will help you get some early KP. If you're not getting kills up to this point, it's still fine, but make sure you are thinking about kills, because if you're only ratting, you're likely going to be losing RP. And by the way, when I say for this mid-game strategy to start looking for kills, don't make stupid decisions. You need to take the smart fights. For example, you don't want to go running outside of the zone to chase kills. Again, it may seem obvious, but I see so many people chasing full HP teams outside of the zone and just dying. It's not a smart decision. If you got the advantage, you got the better zone placement, play for the zone and the kills will come to you. I would say through the mid game, if you can get to the top 5 with 2 or 3 KP, then you're going to be in a good position. And in reality, that means you've only had to fight 1, maybe 2 other squads to build up that amount of KP. And I would say this applies for most ranks up to Diamond. The rest of the KP you would need to get good RP, you can pick up in the end game. Obviously, if you're Masters or Predator, you will need to adjust this KP target up a little bit, and that's purely due to the entry cost. So if you're a Masters or Predator, in reality through the mid game, you probably want to double this KP target to be on track for solid RP gains. At this point, you should be getting close to, if not entering the endgame strategy, and this will be when you're in the last couple of zones or the last couple of squads. And this is where you want to try and boost your final KP number. Try to grab a kill or 2 extra, but make sure you're holding your ground and you don't give enemy teams a reason to push you, i.e. don't take too much damage, and definitely do not go down when there's only a few squads left in the last couple of zones. And you need to try and nick those kills when you can. Remember this, you get more RP from an extra kill between 1st and 3rd place compared to the value of the extra placement points by finishing 1st. And what that means is, if you can snag 1 extra kill, but it means you finishing 3rd, compared to you finishing 1st with your current KP, you're going to benefit more from getting that extra kill and finishing 3rd. So make sure you consider that when you're in the end game. Follow this strategy and you will gain more RP and rank up faster, but also more consistently. I hope this helps. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you later.